Hi everyone, my name's Daniel Clifton from Paramount, and I'm here to present the key findings from our recent healthcare communication salary. So, who am I? My name's Daniel Clifton. I'm the founder and managing director of Paramount Recruitment Limited and Paramount Recruitment Incorporated. We're a life science recruitment consultancy and have over 15 years healthcare communications experience. We provide global services and have placed candidates in the UK, US, Asia and throughout Europe. If you want to find out a bit more information about Paramount, our website is paramountrecruitment.co.uk. Okay, let me tell you a little bit about the survey. It was commissioned by Paramount and supported by MedComms Networking. We launched it on the 1st of May 2018 and was managed by a market research company. We sent the survey out to as many healthcare professionals as possible. It was launched on LinkedIn. It was sent to our Paramount network and the MedComms networking community. We were pleased to receive nearly 650 responses. So thank you very much for those people who have completed the survey. There is a detailed report available, which I'll share with you at the end of the presentation. But today, all I really wanted to do is present you the key facts about salaries, such as job title, region, the gender split, the pay rise sort of expected, and the benefits companies are offering. And also information about flexible working within healthcare communications, job hunting, and hiring within healthcare communications. Okay, so we'll start off with the salary. We thought the best way to split the salary is via specialisms, which were writing, editorial, and client services. We also thought that what might be useful is to provide a range from low to high and an average salary for each job title. So this is throughout the whole of the UK. We'll start off with writing. So associate medical writer, the sort of average salary would be 26,753. A medical writer would be 33,489. Principal medical writer would be 54,920. And scientific director would be 64,776, sorry. As you can see, there's low to high, so this reflects the sort of range that these people are getting within their job title. Okay, editorial. Editors are averaging around 36,417. Senior editors, 39,000. Principal editors, 43,333. Editorial managers, 47,569. And managing editors, 55,000. On the client services side, account executive, average salary was about 26,000. Account manager, 33,734. Account director, 56,182. And up to client services director, 80,500. Now, we thought this was a really good table to show the sort of career paths that people can have within each of the different specialisms. It also gives you the earning potential at each level. So if you're looking to progress your career, this is a really good way to show you how you can do it. Next slide. What we thought would also be interesting would be to provide the medical writer's average salary by region. These are the main regions throughout the UK that we thought were where most of the candidates were based. So London, the average salary for a medical writer was 41,775. In the southeast of England was 40,238, southwest 33,217, Midlands 35,000, northwest 34,433, and Scotland 36,700. Okay, most of the candidates that completed the survey were based in sort of London, southeast, and northwest, which you can imagine, but it also reflects that there are people based in other areas of the UK. The average basic salary in London was 14% higher than the average throughout the UK, which we thought was interesting, but it's probably a true reflection of the market. We then decided to ask the gender question of what the average salaries are for male and female. This was very, very surprising when we first saw this. It's saying the average male salary is 55,475 and the average female salary was 46,715. That's an 18.75% difference in favour of male. So we thought we would dig deeper into the data to find out the reasons why there was such a big swing. So we split it into the average salary by responsibility. So director and above is sort of director, board director, owners, those sort of people. Head of department, team leader, manager, and people with no responsibility. What we found, as you can see from the chart, at director sort of level, there was a massive difference from male to female. That was a 33% more higher salary for males than there were for females. Again, we decided to break this down even more to at board level, sort of owners, MDs, VPs, that sort of level, board level. And what we found that the male board director ranges were from 90,000 to 170,000 basic salary, and females were 80,000 to 114. So there still is a big difference at this level. The also interesting fact was there was more male respondents at the board level than there were female, which was interesting. With regards to the other levels of responsibility, they're very, very similar, probably about a 5% swing. So head of department, it was females were paid about 5% more than males. Team leader, again, females more than males. Manager, males more than females. And none, there was males just slightly more than females. So we thought that was quite interesting. So we asked the question, do you expect to receive a pay rise in the next 12 months? 68.8% said yes, 9% said no, 22% said they didn't know. When we asked what sort of anticipated increase they were expecting, was 5.32%. These ranges were quite high actually, and what we found within the recruitment industry, when someone is looking to change companies, so the pay rise could be internal, but if you are changing companies, candidates generally look for 10, 15 and sometimes 20% increases in their salaries. Now this is okay if you're underpaid, but if you're paid well, then you cannot expect those sort of salary increases. So that was quite interesting. Next question was, what benefits do you receive from your current employer? At the top, sort of company bonus based, bonus based on company performance, that was 72.8%. Working from home, 67.68%. Additional company pension contributions, 58.78%. Private healthcare, 58.5%. Death in service or life insurance, 56.67%. And a performance-related bonus on an individual basis was about 45%. Other benefits, flexi time, employee assistant, perk box, gym subsidised, subsidised canteen, travel insurance, season ticket loans, all these sort of things. Are nice perks to have, but as you can see from this, most companies are offering quite a comprehensive benefits package along with the basic salary. Since I've been in the industry, we've seen all sorts of different kind of quirky perks which make the work environment more enjoyable. Massages on a Monday and beer fridges on a Friday. So people are getting creative in terms of making it nice and enjoyable place to work. Okay, so flexible working. The big question we find within not just this particular sector, but in a number of sectors that we work in, flexibility is a really important thing for people. So if we look at the chart here, so what flexibility options does your current employer offer? Fully flexible working from home was 19.7%. 1 to 2 days per week working from home was 26.6%. Flexible working hours in their office was 19%, and occasional flexible working when required was 32.7%. No flexible working was 2%. So as you can see from the whole sort of chart there, there's a lot of flexibility. Some people insist on the flexibility, would rather have flexibility rather than home working. We sometimes associate home working with flexibility, but there are two very different things. So I think it's important to know what companies are offering and how flexible they can be. Okay. Next question. How did you find your current role? This is really interesting. So these are the majority of ways people find their current, they found their current position. So applied directly to the company website, 24.1%. Headhunted by a recruitment consultancy was 24%. Through a personal contact was 17.6%. Applied to a recruitment agency advert was 12.3%. Approached direct by an employer was 9.5%. And applied to a job board advert was 2.8%. We find this, it's such a passive industry where candidates are quite happy where they are at the moment, and they are being contacted on a regular basis, whether it be by an internal recruiter or a headhunter or word of mouth. So I think what we're finding within the sector is it's very important that getting the right opportunity in front of the right candidate at the right time is so important. Okay, so moving on. when do you anticipate looking for your career move? This was really, really interesting. More than 3 years, so 22.7% was more than 3 years. 2 to 3 years, 18.7%. 1 to 2 years, 27.5%. But the most interesting fact was within the next 12 months, 31% are considering looking for their next career move. It's a positive because it shows ambition within the marketplace, which I think is great. But it also says that if you as a current employer are concerned about staff retention, it's really important to understand that your employees are being contacted on a regular basis by other opportunities, and if we don't quite get that employee engagement right or have an active career management program, then maybe they may have their heads turned. So that was interesting. When making your next move, which factors are the most important? Okay, so location right at the top, followed by work responsibilities and the quality of the work, very, very high and very important. The working environment that they're going to be in, the basic salary, flexible working and career progression. Working from home. So I think that they're all very, very important to people within the sector, which is nice to know. And things at the bottom, maybe client portfolio, not so much as important, but not top of the list. And international travel, again, not top of the list. What we have found as a recruitment consultancy is there's a small amount of people willing to relocate these days. They don't have to because there's offices around the UK, and obviously with the flexible home working makes it a little bit easier. But we have found that in order to attract candidates in certain talent pools, companies are opening offices across the UK, mainly in the Northwest and London and South East. That's to open up the talent pool to support the growth that they have. Next question was, how important are the following factors when deciding which candidate to hire? This is really important because when we're taking down job descriptions, a lot of it's about the work experience and level of experience that the candidate may have. But also it's very, very important is communication skills, personality, cultural fit as well. So it goes to show that if you've not quite ticked all the boxes from an experience point of view, if you've got the right communication skills, the right personality, and you're going to fit in within the culture, there may be some flexibility on that. Other areas are industry, sector knowledge, professional qualification. I think they're important, but sometimes not absolutely essential. And also, I think at the very bottom there was candidate location is not too much of an issue for companies at the moment. I suppose it's because they're offering the flexibility. Okay, so if I was a candidate going for an interview, the things I would definitely look at is the company's website, the culture, the type of people they're looking for, type of work that they do to ensure I get a good opportunity to present myself well at interview. Okay, so within the next 12 months, will your company hire, how many people will you, sorry, in the next 12 months, will your company hire less people, would be 13.8%. Hire more was 52.9%, and hire the same was 33.3%. So of those that gave an opinion, 52.9% will hire more staff in the next 12 months. The market is booming. Since I joined the sector probably 12, 15 years ago, it's grown and grown and grown every single year, which is great. It shows that there is a demand for the service. But most of the companies we're talking to have some sort of growth plans, which is great. But this is going to pose a problem in terms of input and entry people coming into the marketplace. Traditionally, people would like to get experienced people on board so that they continue the growth. But it's so important to get new people into the marketplace and educating what a great sector this is. Okay. So as I said before, it's a very comprehensive survey. It's available on our website. Other things that are in the report are freelancers, the rates, experience and increases that they may expect to have, training, the average number of days and satisfaction within the sector, and demographics, so a description of the type of people that completed the survey. So that's age, experience, region, employment status, qualifications. Okay, so feel free to have a look at the report. Here are my contact details. It's Daniel Clifton at Paramount, and if you need to email me, my email address is dclifton@pararecruit.com. So if you've got any questions, I really appreciate your feedback on the survey. We are planning to do one next year, So if you've got any ideas or certain specific information you'd like to see, then please contact me and we'll be more than happy to share that. It's a very, very detailed report. There's lots of information in there, so please have a look, and thank you very much for your time.